Get ready for some hot takes on today's PHNX Coyotes podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Craig, Petey, and Shawn. How are you guys doing? Wow.
Petey said he's in a mood today.
I don't really know why. And you've tuned in enough. You know, some days I come in a mood. Today I'm in a mood. I really can't put my finger on why. And we're talking about jerseys today. I know people have read the headline potentially. Maybe they didn't. I really don't have any hot takes, but I have a feeling I'm going to create hot takes because I'm just grumpy.
Wait a second. Wait, Craig, don't move. There's something over your right shoulder. Oh, shit.
Welcome to Australia.
There's a giant snake over
Yeah, by the way,
right
thanks, Major.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for that tweet.
Pull it down a little more so we can see what's going on.
It was way up in Queensland, though, right? It was way up in Queensland, that python that he showed in Australia today. That was like...
Maybe like Britney Spears.
Felt like it was 40 feet long.
Buddy, there is no... There was a comment on that thread that Major Nelson put out about...
Oh my God, it's a puppet.
It is. Yeah, it's a puppet.
It's a snake puppet. But everything in Australia is dangerous.
Was that thing... First of all,
plants,
when I started
spiders,
watching it, all I saw was the tail
awesome.
moving into the tree, tail, well, that body looked like it was this thick around. And then I got to the other side of the tree and saw the head peeking. I'm like, you kidding me? Nothing should be that big.
Has that been on the Diamondback show? Like, why is that on it? That should actually be one of the hosts of the Diamondback
it was
show.
something that Derek brought in.
Yeah.
I love that.
As is everything else in this office.
I know. That's really cool.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk all about jerseys today. Which ones are the best? Which ones are the worst as far as the pro leagues in North America? I know there's been a lot of chatter about soccer jerseys.
Not MLS, sorry.
They're not part of this discussion. I know they're great. They're not part of the discussion. We're going to get reps from the Sun Show. We got someone talking Cardinals.
Standing in for Cardinals.
We got Shawn going to talk MLB. Craig's going to defend NHL. It's going to be a great debate on today's show. But before we get to all of that, there was a Twitter poll posted. We're not going to show the results yet because I want there to be time. I want there to be time for people to vote. So if you haven't voted in the Twitter poll, I'll throw the link in our YouTube chat so you can vote in it. And then we will reveal the results of the vote later in the show. But before all of this, every day, we haven't talked about this. Every single day this week and last week, the Coyotes have revealed that an assistant coach has received an extension.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it. I mean, we knew that was what was holding up the Andre Tourigny contract extension. He made it clear that he wanted his assistants extended as well, and that happened. They stepped it up, and they announced that obviously a while ago that Andre Tourigny had signed a 3-year extension. So I don't know if you were going to say something further on the assistants, but they've been rolling them out one at a time.
But I just want to say, as we do talk about the assistants, today's press release of Hunter Tourigny, finally to get to the guys that are important. The head coach, it's the video coach. So Hunter Tourigny gets extended. So good for Hunter. I'm a huge Hunter fan. By the way, there have only been 3 video coaches in the history of the franchise in Arizona. Did you know that? Aaron Neurer.
First year?
1 year.
1 year. Lasted 1 year.
He left a month before the season to become a teacher in Minnesota.
Did it have something to do with The Office?
No idea. The beer? What's wrong with the beer? And
Same.
Then Steve Peters for the next 23 and now Hunter for 3. So there
wow.
you go. Congratulations, Hunter Tourigny.
Congratulations to all the
and James Schmidt, who really does all the work.
Yeah, all the assistants on getting extended.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like the fact that Andre made that such an important part of this extension for him. They're a team, and he understands. He's collaborative. He understands the importance of all these guys to making things happen. So good for him, and good for the Coyotes for giving each one of these guys attention. I like this. From a media perspective, I like giving each guy his day rather than slapping them at the end of a press release, which is what happens with every team every year. I like giving guys attention. That's cool. Every one of these guys is very important to the success of the Coyotes, so give them their due.
And we talk about how Andre Tourigny is so intertwined in his relationships with the players. We talk about that often, and how he's ingratiated himself and he relates to the players one-on-one. Sometimes we forget this part of it, the collaborative nature of his staff, and I think he's a coach that he's so humble, and he'll tell you to your face he doesn't know everything, and he's got a staff that if he listens to, he talks to, collaborates with, and it is so important that group is unified. It's imperative if you want to win that group is unified, from the coaching staff right down through the video guy Hunter. So, and I include the equipment managers and the medical team too. If you want to be a successful organization, that group has to be on the same page. Has to be, because if that doesn't function well, the player part isn't going to function well. So I'm really happy they got everybody locked up. He believes in his staff around him. I'm excited to see what they can do. And we'll talk about Blaine Forsyth, the new piece to this coaching staff puzzle, a little closer to the season, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to him, or at least talk to Andre about him as we get ready to go.
Yeah,
absolutely. It does take a village to coach an NHL team, and it takes a village to coordinate hockey in the Valley. And Petey, you were out at the high school hockey.
It's a seeding tournament
At the Ice Den over the weekend. You promoted it before you went, and CWP was there. You saw
Charles
him.
was there.
But can you explain a little bit more about just the landscape of high school hockey?
Well, it's interesting to me. I'm really involved with the High School Hockey Association here in this state. My son played there. I coached there. I think it's a real important to have hockey available to kids going to their high school. I know we've got travel hockey, and then allows kids to travel all over and develop their skills. But I think high school hockey is really important because it highlights players of different skill levels, right up to beginner skill levels in their JV programs. And I think it's extremely important to allow kids to play also at a price point that doesn't blow people out of the water. It's a very, very expensive sport, and sometimes it makes it difficult. High school allows more kids to play. This sport, I talked to the president. We're going to talk to him more, but the president, Kenny McGinley, really laid out what they did over the weekend. And I encourage people, I don't expect people to run out to the rinks and see games, but if you want to beat the heat and get out of it and just get in touch with what's going on in your community, there's high school hockey all over the Valley. So I'm really going to support them this season, and we'll talk about it more after the interview.
And as far as growth of the game, there were some really staggering numbers that Kenny revealed in this interview. So we'll kind of paint the picture of the high school hockey landscape. And I think without further ado, we'll throw it to Petey's interview with Arizona High School Hockey Association President Kenny McGinley.
It's Petey with PHNX. We're at the Ice Den in Scottsdale, and we're watching high school hockey today. I've got Kenny McGinley, the president of the Arizona High School Hockey Association. Kenny, tell us about this weekend. What's going on here at the Ice Den?
Yeah, opening kickoff. We call it our preseason seeding tournament. So everyone's playing 4 games. Chances for coaches to make final decisions on team placements and rosters. Also a chance for us to rank our teams for division placement. Fun weekend because we've got the ice all day long. Everyone's playing back-to-back. The lobby's packed. Multiple games in a day. Just fun environment here, and everyone's been anxious to play some competitive games. It was a long off season. They're anxious to get back out there and play.
How many teams do you have playing here in Scottsdale this weekend?
This weekend we've got 13 of our 40 teams playing. The rest will play next weekend. We've got 3 days, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday next weekend, same thing.
How many kids do you have playing in high school hockey this year? Tell us about, I know we talked about the registration process and getting kids signed up. Tell me what it was like over the summertime getting kids into the High School Hockey Association.
It's a bit of a chaotic period. We sell out rather quick these days. The demand is high, which is a compliment, but it creates chaos. We have just shy of 770 players this year across 40 teams, Tucson, Flagstaff, and all around the Phoenix area. Last year we had 769, which is the most we ever had. We're right on pace for that again this year.
So hockey works in the desert.
I mean, it's never been stronger here right now. The vibe in this building tells you all you need to know.
How about, I was at the state championship last year at the Mullet. Are there plans to do something like that again this year?
Oh yeah, we've already met with Mullet. Obviously we're ahead of schedule. Last year on this date, Mullet wasn't open yet. Last year's game that you were at was, I would say, a success. It's the most exciting hockey game I've seen in a while. So we're already in the works of getting that on the schedule. Should be the same weekend, February 4th, All-Star Weekend. We're looking for a bigger crowd this year.
Well, last year it was Desert Vista win the Division I state championship. What does the field look like this year at the Division I level? I
think we're going to see some new surprises this year. I think Desert Vista graduated a lot of their key players that they won with last year, which is natural, chain of events. I think we've got some new additions. Mountain Ridge looks really good this weekend. Basha Perry, we just watched, looks really strong. Pinnacle and Notre Dame are our perennial front runners. I think it's a little more wide open than it was last year. I think last year I knew Notre Dame was probably going to be in that game. This year I think there's 4, 5, 6 teams that wouldn't surprise me if they're there this year.
Well, I'm going to let Kenny get back to work, but I want to let people know that PHNX is going to be around high school hockey all year. So check in weekly for your high school hockey updates, your high school hockey players, the game of the week, all that. We'll keep you in touch on PHNX, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks, Kenny.
It's fun because it was a big, the atmosphere in that building that weekend, because it's kids from every team. All 3 rinks are buzzing with high school kids. It's a real tournament atmosphere. Kids are having a ball. That's what hockey to me is about, is kids having fun playing a sport that they love. And one thing I'm going to vow to do here at PHNX, and I mentioned it at the end of the interview, this is a Coyote show. It's PHNX Coyotes. I get it. We sprinkle in a little ASU hockey now and then, and I'm going to do my best to sprinkle in a little bit of Arizona high school hockey. We'll try to bring you something once a week, even if it's just for a minute or two, to tell you what's going on in that landscape.
On the ASU note, just shout out to Frank Ferrara, who I tweeted yesterday is moving on. Senior AD at ASU was such a big piece of getting ASU hockey to Division I. Not only, getting them there, getting Mullet Arena built, getting them to the NCAHC. Greg Powers will tell you he was a partner in all of this, worked his ass off. He's taken an opportunity to go build that new arena in Atlanta. He really enjoyed being a part of the process of putting Mullet Arena together. But again, shout out to Frank, because without him, they would have gotten done the things that they got done.
Glad I got an opportunity to meet with and see him at the Mullet Arena, and that's all things hockey here at PHNX.
Yeah, it's just, we're all about growing the game here, and continuing to laugh in the faces of people
Blondes in the desert,
who
telling you,
do not want to see hockey succeed here. We will continue to spotlight hockey doing well here. Petey, you're always busy. You're always doing something.
I am.
You have a lot going on.
I do. But I also get a chance to unwind.
Yes, and you're good at it.
I am good at it. I learned through our friends at Wink, because it's just a wink of THC and CBD, 2.5 and 5 millimeter cans, and I've got something coming out later this week. So keep your eyes open if you want to see some new fun content with our friends from Wink. And I just want to say this: people watch the show and know me. I have high anxiety. I'm buzzing around here all the time. You can unwind with Wink, and I don't feel intoxicated. I don't feel impaired. I just feel chill. And that's kind of my go word with Wink, is I feel chill, and it's a good way to relax, unwind. At the end of the day, no calories, no carbohydrates. I relax. My wife has a glass of wine. I have a glass of Wink. I can be social with it. I really enjoy my stuff at Wink. So hopefully we can see the video of me going out and doing that. And I don't have the
I'll let everyone know how they can find Wink. Cool. So it's available, like you said, in either 2.5 milligram or 5 milligram cans. You can find Wink right here in Arizona. Look for Wink at all Sunday Goods dispensaries in the Valley and Botanicus dispensary in Tucson. They're now in 12 states nationwide, and even recently launched online ordering and home delivery to about a dozen others. To find the fastest way to get your hands on one, go to drinkwink.com, and Wink is spelled W-Y-N-K.
And lastly, if you do want to go to your Sunday Goods, and they're so informed. If you don't use THC or CBD, ask, because these I was so blown away at how much information these people have. What works for me, my age, my CBD levels, nailed it. So they're so informed. If you're concerned about breaking in and entering into the CBD THC market, ask your local dispensary at Sunday Goods.
There you have it. Well, all this upcoming talk about jerseys is getting me really excited for NFL, which is, I think, like just over a week away from coming back. NHL, which is, we're about a month and a half away. MLB, it's the playoff push. College is like 2 days. Yep. And
college is back already. Like there was games
there was
Saturday.
a week 0, but I guess ASU and U of A kick off Thursday and Saturday. And then NBA, it's also just about 2 months away. So it's an exciting time. And it's also a great time to get out the BetMGM app and place some bets. Get your futures bets in today. Or you can bet on MLB games as they're happening, NFL, college. There's something on the BetMGM app every day. And we have a new first bet offer for those who haven't signed up yet. Right now, when you sign up for BetMGM and use the bonus code PHNX, if you deposit $10 and place your first BetMGM sportsbook wager, you'll receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if it loses. Awesome stuff from BetMGM.
But we're not going to lose.
Really taking care of us right when the seasons are all gonna start.
It's gonna start buzzing.
Yeah, so you either win or if you lose,
Can't
you
wait
get it
for
all
Leah's
back.
weenie bets on the NHL. Can't wait.
Just get ready.
I love that time of year too, when once the NBA and NHL start, where you have all of the sports going at once.
It's so much.
It's crazy. It's chaos, but I love it.
Yeah, I can't. Again, that's why the dog days of summer are just about over.
Just about over.
Yeah. Anywho, without further ado, you can listen to Shane to talk about the disclaimer.
While you guys remain on camera, so be mentally prepared for that.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-522-4700 Nevada. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Kansas, Nevada, New York, or Ontario.
Thank you, Mr. Snake.
The snake has nothing to do with the Coyotes, but might have to be a regular part of this show now. So.
I was gonna take it off during the high school hockey video, but it's so comfortable, like around my neck. I don't know. This might be. We might have to name. We might have to name the snake. So throw your suggestion.
Did you see
the
the Bill Hader Saturday Night Live where he had the puppet? Was the puppet making class?
And I don't remember that
You
one.
need to Google the Bill Hader. So Google the Bill Hader puppet. I'm going to come in with that puppet, and it is now forever.
Are we going to do a whole show with it just puppets
forever.
talking?
Yeah, a whole show on puppets would freak me out actually because
I want a show on puppets.
All right.
Do you remember the Seinfeld puppeteer episode when Elaine's dating the puppeteer?
Yeah.
All right.
We're getting off track here.
As you might know, the theme of this week. Where's My Quiet Please song? Is PHNX ranks. And every day we're revealing 5 athletes, the top 25 Arizona athletes of all time. Yesterday we revealed the first 5. Of course, we discussed Keith Tkachuk's place in that ranking. You can find out who the next 5 are today at gophnx.com in the article or on the PHNX Sports Twitter and Instagram accounts. But in the theme of PHNX ranks, we thought, what else could we rank? It's August 29th. Let's think. And one topic that gets people going, and we are already fighting before this show even started. Jerseys. And Jay, uniforms. I saw a comment from you earlier. We can't have jersey talk without Espo. Don't worry, because Espo will be coming on the show.
He is the king of PHNX jersey talk.
Yeah.
That's because he has literally every jersey of every team that has ever played in the Valley.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to ask the question, which team has the best pro sports jerseys in North America? Again, this is NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB. So I just want to make that clear before anyone gets upset that we're not talking about soccer
MLS.
or the Rattlers.
Sorry, MLS.
But we put out a preliminary poll this morning on Twitter.
Yeah, just a few hours ago.
And it has almost 1,000 votes. The poll is still open, so you can go vote. But which North American pro sports league has the worst uniforms was the question, and I'm quite shocked.
I am too.
By these answers, the NBA is actually leading this poll. We can see how Shawn voted in this screenshot. But the NBA leads with 37.3% of the votes, followed by NFL with 31, MLB, and then NHL, of course. I mean,
well, they literally got that one right.
Yeah,
like that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
So this is currently how 917 people feel in our sports community. Let us know in the chat what you think. We're gonna have, like we said, reps from all sports defend their league's jersey. And Petey, what do you think? What's your just off the cuff? Which is the best? Which is the worst?
You got to put your logo on the goddamn jersey.
Thank you.
It's what signifies your team from another team is your logo. Put your logo on it.
This is what sparked the whole idea.
Yes, put your logo on it.
The Cardinals roll out their all white uniforms, and people are like, "These are fire!" I'm like, "It's a white shirt with a number on it."
It looked like Pee Wee football practice. Look like practice. Practice at your local high school. Oh, they got all white on today. Go back to the 70s. That's every goddamn uniform in the 70s. White or black. That was it.
Yeah.
You had white or black.
No, I'll say this about the NFL. I like the helmets. I think there's some room for creativity, and there has been on the helmets. But the jerseys are just so boring.
And let's be fair. It's the rules of the league. It's not the team's fault.
Change the rules.
I mean, we
proposed many rule changes to Gary Bettman about the NHL. So let's change this rule and put the logo on the front of NFL jerseys.
We've heard it's because they can't see the players' numbers committing fouls. You know what the NHL did? They added the player number onto the helmet. Can we put numbers on the front of their helmet?
So they found a workaround.
Or in front of the pants?
Well,
Like on the hip
Solve
of the
the problem.
pants? Something?
Solve the problem.
I want to see
This is what
the
I tell my
logo.
kids.
Can you
Solve
imagine
the
a big
problem.
Cardinal logo on the front of that?
Yeah.
Fire.
It would
Okay.
be. It would be amazing.
Do you guys need me
Imagine,
here anymore?
Well, we'll go a step further in a minute here, but I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to bring the panelists in now?
What are you doing?
Espo's champing at the bit over there to defend NBA jerseys, so you
Yeah.
could bring him on, or you could.
Yeah, we
weigh in here.
we can bring in the panelists.
What do you think?
Can I say another thing?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he was sitting there the whole time. I didn't
Espo
even
just
know.
put a hole in the wall. I
Yeah,
think.
one more thing though, but specialty jerseys are a thing for warm-ups in NHL, but we still wear the team jerseys. There are times I
anymore.
turn on the television, I literally have no idea who's playing in that game. No idea.
Gotta
Who's
stick
playing?
with team colors, in my opinion.
Yes.
By and large, you got to stick with team colors.
Baseball, they're city jerseys. There are some that I go, I have to go. I don't know who's playing. NBA, they have so many goddamn jerseys you can't keep track.
Yep.
Who? What?
They have Twitter accounts dedicated
Who's
to
playing
tracking
today?
the jersey
Okay.
they're wearing.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, well, let's bring in Espo.
Yeah, since the NBA
co-host
is-
of the PHNX Suns podcast,
Winning or losing the
known
poll.
jersey expert in the PHNX studio, and yes,
Oh, here it is,
Espo,
here he is.
you might have heard that the NBA right now is leading the poll results in
Losing the poll.
losing the poll,
Really
winning,
losing the poll.
winning the poll of worst.
One cranky old white man to another on set here.
There we go, baby. Dial it up.
At least I'm right.
Espo,
I mean,
I'm going to
Petey's-
start right here. How do you defend a uniform that includes a tank top, which is a fashion no-no for every guy on the planet?
Have you played basketball?
I have.
Do you know how difficult it is to play and how far they run in a game? Like, I'm not on ice. I don't need to be warm. I need to be cool when I'm playing basketball. So much so, there's holes in the jerseys, too, to let air through. It's not a fashion statement for the average guy.
Well, you just
It's a
supported the
fashion
poll right there by
it's-
saying it's not
no,
a fashion
listen,
statement.
It is the sleeve in particular is about function for the athlete.
Okay.
Remember when they went to shirtsies? You got guys that can't shoot because their arm motion's inhibited. Like,
Oh, poor little NBA players
Oh,
can't shoot with sleeves.
Before I defend the NBA, can I defend the NFL for a second?
Go ahead.
Look, you don't put a giant logo on the jersey because it's on the helmet. It's on the helmet. It can't get any bigger. It's a giant logo.
It's a helmet. It's not that big.
The logo is pretty damn big and pretty damn always
Wait.
in the shot there. So
Do all NFL teams have their logos on their helmets, Espo?
primarily,
Primarily.
yes.
Go ahead.
I think the
yeah,
Browns
they
are the
do.
only
The Browns
ones.
are the only ones, but they also don't have a logo.
Yeah.
Their
Their
logo
logo
is
a
their
helmet?
helmet.
Yeah,
Their logo is their helmet.
is the color on the helmet.
Otherwise, everyone does have their logo on the helmet.
You know,
Except half
you-
true fist Steelers.
you want to complain? Tell me that this isn't a thing of beauty, and the original Sunburst wasn't a thing of beauty. It's
So-
got the logo right there too for you.
I'm going to say a couple of things here. My wife and daughter have both told me that tank tops are actually acceptable in basketball. That's the only time that they're
Yeah,
acceptable.
I agree.
And I admit, I was also surprised by this poll that the NBA was considered the worst of professional
Me
sports
too.
because, and having covered the Suns, there are a bunch of uniforms in their past that I actually like. I loved it when they went electric orange too. I love some of their uniforms, and I like some of the NBA's uniforms, so I'm a little bit surprised.
Well, you've got a biased group voting on this, and I'm gonna upset some people, but you have fans that love a sport that they wear sweaters while they play. You don't call it a jersey, you call it a sweater in hockey. Now, as a fat guy, I love hockey uniforms because they're one of the few that I can rock, and nobody goes, "That ain't a good look." So I appreciate that, but we're in Arizona, and wearing a hockey sweater year round is not an easy thing to do as a fan.
All right. So make your impassioned defense right now. Why are NBA uniforms the best in North American professional sports?
Well, it's simple. They've been the most creative and most diverse of all the uniforms in any pro sport. They always lead the way in innovation on that, whether it's the actual jersey itself and trying new technology for comfort, for coolness, all these things, or whether it's design as well. They've pushed the boundaries. You don't have the Kachina Coyote if you don't have the Sunburst in those jerseys. If you don't have the Raptors Raptor where, the Hawks, where they had the hawk on their jersey. These in particular were born of an era that pushed the envelope, that started with the Suns in particular, but the NBA as a whole. So that's a big reason why jerseys are as popular as they are now. You see a lot of retro when it comes to basketball. That's where the whole retro jersey movement started, and then it went into other sports. What the NBA has been able to accomplish and turning their uniforms into iconic symbols of the game that are worn for generations and generations, or what makes the NBA more, their uniforms, the best, because they've had the biggest impact culturally. How many you rarely when you saw musicians and stuff, NBA jerseys where a lot of that started, and that's, to me, when it permeates beyond just the sport and it goes into the culture, that's why it's so important. And the NBA has done that and continues to do it. And as I said, they push the boundaries of what's possible. Before the Suns had that sunburst, you weren't seeing giant things on jerseys like that because they had to be sewn on and they were heavier. And in other sports, hockey has had that, but in other sports, you couldn't do that. So they came up with a technology called sublimation that they used for those kind of things, so they could still be lightweight but have amazing designs. The NBA has pushed the boundaries in every way when it comes to uniforms.
Whew, that was the longest Oscar acceptance speech in history.
That was a great argument.
You could have played the music and I would have gone off stage.
Yeah, we probably should have started the music. Espo, thank you for your heartfelt and incorrect take.
Oh my God.
Look, I love NHL.
I thought it was a great argument.
I think they're number 2.
It was a very good take.
So I'll leave
but now we're going to bring in someone to defend the National Football League, which this show has clearly trashed.
What I
It's
absolutely love is the fact that I wore NBA stuff and then I got the memo a little later in the morning. Like, oh, well, that's dope.
Okay.
That's cool.
It's ironic because you and I are both wearing PHNX sun shirts.
All right, Leah, cue him up.
All right, Saul. So you're here to defend why NFL jerseys are the best of the pro sports teams. And it's currently third in the poll. Go for it.
Yeah. What's last?
The NBA.
NBA's last?
Yeah.
NBA's last.
that
Shocked us all, actually.
That is
I know.
atrocious.
So that's why Espo just came to defend.
And NFL's third.
It's
I assume because this was in the PHNX Coyotes.
There's a lot
thread.
of accusations of bias.
No. I mean, it's true.
I know.
So is that number 1?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, hockey has the worst jerseys. Especially when you're talking about here in Arizona. Like, nobody wants to wear a long sleeve jersey.
Here in Arizona, they have the best jersey in professional sports.
Let the man speak.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, nobody wants to wear long sleeve shit here in Arizona. Point blank. Like, that's what it is. Cool. You go to this nice icy arena. Congratulations for 40 games a year for a couple hours. Hey, Shawn, this is my time. This is my time, Shawn. This is my time, Shawn.
Not attack the NHL. What is going on?
The reason why the NFL jerseys are better is because you can actually wear them year round here in Arizona. And I think they have way more variance in terms of color. I'm not a big believer in any of the other sports outside of basketball. I think NFL jerseys are iconic. Like, that was like those were some of the first jerseys to be worn around town, like football jerseys.
Could you do more with NFL jerseys?
I mean, you could. You could probably sew in long sleeves if you really wanted to, but nobody gives a shit about that.
Velcro.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the Cardinals, the new uniforms? I know everyone was begging for new uniforms and finally got them. What do you think?
Meh.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
They're better than what they have, but it's not by much. It's okay.
I feel like if you take away the shoulders, you could hand this to another team that wears red and white and nobody'd know the difference.
No, I mean, it looks like Ohio State. It looks like Ohio State.
I think the upgrade in the helmet decal is so nice, though. Like the shiny Cardinal looks so nice.
Did make a good point about the fact that the logos are on the helmet.
Yeah, I think that is a valid point.
Yeah, I also I will say this about a lot of the teams. They do have several variations. Now, when you're talking about that compared to any other sport outside of baseball kind of limits what they do to like, I think it's like 4 or 5 jerseys complete in totality. Whereas like most of the other leagues, I mean, just about every team has about 3, 4, 5 different versions. And they've gone through so many different versions that the retro stuff is coming back, much like the Kachina has come back after years of being kind of MIA. So like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's not a very good opinion because I'm not really sold on it. I was told that I had to talk about this. So here I am.
Come with fire. Yeah. You did.
He came with fire against hockey jerseys.
Yeah, because I don't listen. Like I love you guys and I love hockey, but I'm not wearing a hockey jersey around town just for the hell of it. That's why I think the NBA jerseys to me is the best because you could wear that no matter what. Any time of the year.
So you should not wear a tank top.
Just saying. You can wear a hoodie with a jersey over the top of it. It's still the best.
Oh boy! All right. Well, that was a fiery take. So
thank you for your anti-hockey takes. Yeah. I appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks.
Hockey jerseys are mid. Thank you.
All right, Petey, you can join again
because
we'll take you back on the show.
It's time.
Just back in the chair, for God's sake. Yeah.
Well, it's time.
Well, we got Shawn defending MLB because he's on the Diamondbacks. So
you're busy. Okay.
Busy.
All right, Shawn.
It's time to turn it over to Shawn DePaz to defend MLB jerseys and convince us that they are the best uniforms.
I mean, you all already know that the best uniforms in professional sports. First off, name another uniform where you can just wear like all the gold chains you want. And that's more about the nature of the sport, but it's part of the look.
Gold chains are not a plus for me, buddy.
They are for me. Go watch it. These Dominicans show up and they're dripped down in gold chains. They look dope as shit.
Gold chains go with tank tops. Just saying.
Okay, I'm talking big gold chains and diamonds, not little tennis chains that they wear on the Jersey Shore. Anyways, yeah, I mean, they're the best. First off, they're classic. They're the oldest. So eat your hearts out. We did it first. The reason y'all have numbers on your jerseys is because of baseball. Baseball was the first team to do it. They did it to signify the order in which they were in the batting order, and then they replaced, obviously, got a little more personal.
I know. I mean, also, they were playing baseball during the Revolutionary War, so, I mean, it's been around a long time. So
no, you know that.
Not exactly.
We want to talk about variants in jerseys. I think Major League Baseball over the last couple of years has set the standard as far as the City Connect jerseys go. Picture here on the left of the City Connect jerseys, particularly the Diamondbacks. I think they have some of the best, the Nationals. I just think in terms of jerseys are awesome because the City Connect jerseys are awesome because they connect with the city, and I think that's really important when we're talking about this kind of stuff. Like they're very specific. But then like you look at the pinstripes. Come on. And you want to talk about a tank top. If you're going to use a tank top, this is how you use a tank top. They have the cut-off jersey with the shirt under it. I just think they're the best. And also, I don't think there's any one more piece of a professional sports uniform more iconic than a Major League Baseball hat. Particularly, I mean, both Espo and Saul mentioned the cultural impact of the jerseys. I mean, baseball hats are the single most
fair.
That's
iconic.
why they're literally called baseball caps, no matter what kind of hat.
And I mean, Jay-Z raps about how he made the Yankee hat more famous than the Yankees can. Like it's such a they're bigger than the sport at this point. So in terms of cultural impact, I don't think it's even a question that baseball uniforms, because the hats are part of the uniforms, are the most impactful and the most important. And then again, I mean, I love the Kachina, but the purple and teal with the pinstripes are the best uniforms that have been worn by any sports team in the state of Arizona. And I don't think that's a question. The Kachinas are a close second, but the purple and teal and pinstripes are money. I don't think it's even a question. Plus the variation. You want to talk about things you can wear. You can leave it unbuttoned. They're already short sleeve. You can wear a long sleeve under it if you want. Like there's so many reasons that baseball is the best.
All right.
But
great argument.
You look at that purple jersey with the purple sleeves with the little vest thing. How that's uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, buddy, make it all one. What are the two things?
What do you mean it's not comfortable?
Your arms are restricted by that vest
they're
thing.
Less restricted. That's what?
Take that purple shirt off. Go with just the bare arms. Go bare arms.
How are you going to sit here and tell me that without sleeves, they're more restrictive?
It just looks
they're wearing a shirt under it, which they're wearing less clothes than a normal.
Well, they normally 2 shirts now.
They always wear 2 shirts. Everyone wears a shirt under their baseball jersey. Yeah. That's what they're doing. They just took the sleeves off the baseball jersey.
All right.
And they wear pants, which is awesome. No one else wears pants. We all freaked out when the Flyers wore pants for a few days.
Where the hell did they go?
guys wear them still. Especially if you go watch like college and stuff like that. That's another thing. They're just classic, man.
Bring back stirrups.
I don't know.
All right, Craig.
I like the pinstripes. I do.
I do too, and there are a lot of iconic baseball uniforms for me. There's a certain pajama feel to all baseball uniforms for me as well. But I still like. We'll get to our rankings in a minute. I still like baseball uniforms by and large. But hockey for me, I mean, first of all, the argument of cultural impact that is made by two different people here, like. I don't know. Popularity doesn't mean quality to me. I mean, the Dukes of Hazzard was the #1 ranked show in America when I was a kid, and that's certainly not quality.
What a
it doesn't
reference.
mean anything. So, for me, it's about the design itself. And when you talk about whether it's the traditional uniforms like the Blackhawks or the Red Wings or the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Boston Bruins, or when you're talking about the best logo in professional sports behind us, the Coyotes Kachina. NHL just nails it. But you know what takes it over the top for me?
I don't.
Goalies. You're going to be shocked to hear me talk about goalies, but the goaltending mask is part of the uniform. And in what other sport do you allow the player to simply express himself? It is art on the mask. Nobody else gets to do that. Catchers should do it. They don't do it nearly enough. Goalies get to express themselves. I don't know if you want to get into an argument whether pads are part of the uniform. Maybe not. They're just equipment. But I think we're all in agreement that helmets are part of the uniform because we've just talked about it with other teams. The goalie masks are just fire, and they take hockey over the top. I would love to hear your thoughts as well from both of you guys.
But I agree with the goalie thing. And the catcher, there must be a rule in the MLB, and somebody needs to look it up because there is not one team logo on a
rule
catcher's
about
mask.
having fun?
Yeah. They have colors.
MLB is known for that.
You can do your team color, blue, white,
NFL.
red, whatever, but you can't draw your favorite cartoon character, your kids, your team logo. They should let them have fun a little bit. Like, I like the catcher's pads, shin pads, all that. Yeah, neat. But the goalie, it's not even close. Yeah, don't you, like as a kid, you don't get up and go, oh, I wonder what that catcher's mask is going to look like in the morning because it's boring. Yep. We can look on Twitter and see goalie masks. Buddy.
Fire.
Yeah, they make books about it.
Yep. Every time they get a new one, it's a story.
Yep.
People want to write about it.
Exactly.
Leah?
Do you want me to just give my ranking or my
I'm
thoughts?
just giving your take on NHL, on all this.
To me, hockey jerseys are the best. They're iconic. And I agree. There is a good just realm of jerseys because you got the old school, the classic, the Bruins, the Red Wings, and then you have, the Kachina and I don't know. I was trying to think of others, and some logos are also really bad in the NHL. I'll just say that, Dallas. But I don't know, like the Canucks. Fair. The Canucks logo is unbelievable. And yeah, I think because it is more surface area, because it is long sleeve, there's more opportunity to do something cool.
Canvas.
Yeah,
bigger canvas.
And I love that every team has a third jersey. We've seen some really unique takes, and it's unfortunate the NHL ruling on warm-up jerseys, but I guess those jerseys will still be designed and made available because I think that's a really unique thing that the NHL did for a really long time, was have unique warm-up jerseys themed based and within, with the logo still on the jersey. And yeah, for me, it's the goalie stuff puts it over the top. And in a league that doesn't really do a great job to market the personality of its players, I guess the goalie is being allowed to have designs. And we all know that goalies are a little bit quirky.
Somebody's
trying to say.
Oh, sorry. Were my thumbs pointing at you guys?
I'm
I was just stretching my wrists.
I am so disappointed I didn't play in that era that I got to have a goalie mask painted.
Do you wear a jersey around town? Do you ever put a jersey on?
Never once.
Thank you. That's the other side of this. Like, oh, well, you can wear the jersey. Well, I don't wear a jersey because I'm a grown man. That's why I don't wear a jersey around town. Anyway, let's get to the rankings.
Well, there were people in our chat saying they're wearing jerseys right now.
I'm just chirping people.
Okay.
Let's get to the rankings.
Just real quick, how are you going to sit here and be that, like, you're saying that hockey's better than everyone else because of something that one guy on the team wears? Like, the vast majority of players do not get to wear a goalie
What
mask.
I said, it was a piece of it. What pushes it over the top for me.
Yes. I think it wins because you got the logo. The logo is the jersey, is your logo.
The Bruins logo and the Leafs logos they suck. They're not good logos. They're just been around forever, and y'all think they're special because they're original six. They're not that special. It's a B in a circle.
Your argument was about MLB's longevity.
The history of what that B signifies. You know that.
I get it. There's plenty of history behind it, but as far as like a jersey design, it's not that.
We can talk about the fact that Leafs I mean, it's improper English, and I know the reason behind it. Like,
but
come on.
I'm a sucker for just red and white, though. I love the Red Wings. But
Michael brought up a good point, though, that the NBA does it with shoes.
As does
that's a good point.
Major League Baseball and gloves and all, like, especially now. Like, I was talking about the chains and stuff like that. Like, therethere's a lot of flair in baseball and whatever. But to what Leah said, I brought up the longevity, but the jerseys have also changed. Like there's been updates that have kept them modern. It's not just variations of a B inside of a circle or a leaf.
Rankings?
Someone go first. I'm putting a poll in the chat for
Shawn.
the best.
Rank them 1 through 4. Top, best to worst.
Y'all have made me want to fight against the NHL, but the NHL is still second. Like MLB is still clear 1 for me. NHL's 2. I think there's a significant drop off. Then the NBA, and then another significant drop off, and then there's like 18 million like semi-pro leagues in between. Oh, and I know we're talking pro, but
before the NFL, you mean
talk about minor league baseball. And
yeah.
Thank you. Then they take it on then we're talking just sports. They take the cake, and it's not even close.
So you got and then NFL below like multiple minor leagues in terms of uniforms.
My biggest problem with the NFL is I look back at like things in the 90s and 80s, and I can't tell if I'm looking at a Giants jersey or a Bills jersey. Like there's not a lot of variation in the color, like someone mentioned, and the designs are just kind of boring.
Yeah. It's like Belushi and Animal House. It's just college.
Yeah,
college.
Yeah.
Like it's just
I have an appreciation for them. Like, I do like the Cardinals white jerseys. I think they're very clean, and I like the Bills just royal blue. Like I like them, and I love the helmets. But yeah, when we're comparing to the other league, it's not even close.
Petey.
Yeah, I think we've clearly said it's going to be the NHL first for me.
Yep.
And again, I think it's about the logo. The goalie is just an add-on, like an asterisk to it. I think it's about the ability to show your team colors and make the logo of your team the focal point. I'm going to go with Major League Baseball second because I think you still have the uniqueness of, and I see that NY or that TC. TC to me it's the Minnesota Twins. It's just there's a nostalgia and the history of that sport makes it 2. I'm going to go NBA 3 because I think they at least still attempt to put their logo on their sweater. And unfortunately, until the NFL can get rid of those big giant front numbers, they're last.
I got a point to make. You were talking about the jerseys. All the best jerseys in the NHL aren't even used anymore. The logos suck, with the exception of the Kachina.
Yeah,
but like the Whalers, the Mighty Ducks, like none of the best logos are even used anymore.
The Mighty Ducks logo is being retired.
Oh my God. It's the
Golden Seals,
Mighty Ducks jerseys are top 3 in the history of professional sports.
It's really unfortunate that they're not in.
Petey, I have the same rankings as you.
I do too.
So, yeah. Okay. So, like,
because ours
with
is
the
right.
NFL,
Then.
it's like you've got a model in college showing you the way. You've got someone showing you the way to more creativity. I think and you're not taking
the one thing that is ASU.
I mean, ASU. Yeah.
Glow in the dark jerseys.
Oh my God, crazy.
ASU has glow in the dark jerseys this year for one of their games.
Could you imagine the Coyotes coming out when the lights are dark? Because that's a real. I think it's good. It would hit better in an arena.
Oh.
And like they come out of the ice and they got glow in the dark jerseys. The shit would go crazy.
The Desert Night jersey should glow in the dark.
That would go crazy.
Junior, if you're listening.
Every day, Petey has had a new business idea for the Coyotes.
Glow in the dark Desert Nights, that goes hard.
It would go like
but
if you
go out
they skated in those letters lit up.
First Fridays, or you go out in Old Town and you go to a place that has the neon lights and the buddy, and your jersey glows.
That would be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope.
Okay.
All right. Well, there is a poll in the chat right now. There's 16 votes. So if you haven't voted yet in the poll, let us know right now. NHL.
16 votes? What?
This is the poll in the chat for the best jerseys. Gotcha. So currently the NHL has the lead with 56, MLB second, followed by NFL and then NBA. I am shocked at people's dislike for NBA jerseys.
Me too.
Truly, because we all, I think, on this panel share the same jersey rankings. So, wow. I mean, this one got spicy for sure. Keep voting in the chat. I will not close the poll until more people have voted because I want it to be fair.
Yeah, and I think the poll on Twitter it goes for a full day, so they've got plenty of time. Because I just put it up this morning. It's going to go way over 1,000 votes. So.
Yes, for
interesting to see.
Very interesting to see. But speaking of fire logos. We create our own logos here at PHNX. Obviously, you all know that Cody is iconic. I'm wearing the Devin Booker Sunset Drive shirt right now, and Petey's wearing the Southwest Bias.
I went Southwest Bias because I knew there'd be bias.
I also think that the PHNX flag is a fire logo.
Agreed.
I don't know. I mean, you can peruse phnxlocker.com and check out all the amazing logos that we've designed. And right now there's a giant sale on the website because you can get all t-shirts and hats in the locker for just $24 from now until Friday. So make sure you capitalize on this sale. That's the countdown to kickoff sale. All t-shirts and hats, $24. Go, 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 phnxlocker.com. You're not going to want to miss out on this sale. And we have something extremely exciting to announce, which is that for the first time in PHNX history, we have a discount on becoming a diehard. 48 hours only today, Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday. You can get a diehard membership for just $60. And what does being a diehard get you? A free shirt from the locker when you sign up.
Every year. From your anniversary date, Leah. Not one shirt.
Yes, every year. You get 20% off merchandise. So that would apply. You'd get 20% off the $24 sale.
Come on.
Yep. Then you get 20% off all of our events as well.
Lots
of events. You get access to our Diehards Only Discord, which we have an exciting announcement again because this Thursday at 6 p.m., Petey's Puck Talk is back in the Diehard Discord. The theme is Petey in the Bubble. I'm actually watching some of the content right now on Petey's laptop. He just has a slideshow going that I've been keeping my eye on. Behind the scenes, exclusive, don't tell anybody sort of thing content for diehards only. It is not recorded, so if you want to be there, you got to be there at 6 o'clock in the Discord. So if you're thinking, that sounds like a good time, but I'm not a diehard, become a diehard today for just $60, 2 days only. Great deal. So make sure you capitalize on that, and we'll see everybody Thursday at 6.
I didn't intend to run the slideshow for what we're doing for the PHNX, but I was over there trying to work and get it prepared more because I'm a last minute kind of guy. And so now I was just running. There's a lot of cool stuff. Like I forgot that experience, and I know it's long removed since the bubble, but it's interesting to go back and reflect on it. Looking forward to it.
Yep. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, lots of great reasons to become a diehard, including Craig's weekly diehard only content. I forgot
mailbag this week.
Yeah, mailbag's coming, and the mailbag, there's a lot of nuggets in there always, and that's for diehards only. So again, tons of great reasons to become a diehard. Petey, I think it would be an even elevated experience if you took an OG's gummy before Thursday, but maybe you want to save it for after.
I probably won't, but if I did, it'd be maybe more people to watch.
I mean, it would be good stuff. And we're just giving out reasons to become a PHNX diehard and listener because OG's has a special deal right now for PHNX listeners. Just became a whole lot sweeter. Thanks to our buds at OG's right now through August 31st. So you only have until Thursday to capitalize on this deal. You can get 25% off 100 milligram bags of the fruits and the creams at all Arizona The Flower Shop locations. All you have to do is go to theflowershopusa.com and place an online order and use discount code PHNX at checkout. Then head to your nearest The Flower Shop location to pick up. That's right, this deal is exclusive to our PHNX listeners, and reminders, it's only available for online orders that are picked up in person. Discount code PHNX is active until August 31st, so go get to #flavoringlife. All right.
It's time.
It's time for everyone's favorite weekly segment.
Oh, no, I got to think.
It's Trivia Tuesday. And today's Trivia Tuesday is hosted by Craig.
I'm your host, Craig Morgan. You know what Trivia Tuesday is today? It's the global version.
Oh, no.
Taking you outside the Coyotes bubble today. Shawn knows the answers, of course, the man behind the Mac. But we're going to get started right away here. I'm going to try and start off a little easier for you. When the Coyotes play 2 exhibition games versus the Kings in Australia, in how many nations will they have played games in Coyotes Jets franchise history?
Well, they played in, so it'll be Australia. They played in Czechia, right?
Prague,
yeah.
Yep. And they technically played in that same thing. There was an exhibition game in Riga, Latvia at the same time. Canada, U.S. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. Did the Jets play anywhere? Did anybody go overseas back in the day? If they did, it would have been a Sweden Finnish thing, but I'm going to say no, and I'm going to say 5.
Leah, final answer?
I'm going to say 6 just because I'm assuming the Jets played somewhere. Well, I don't actually know.
That was a good guess because, yes, the Jets played in Finland.
Let's go!
For Teemu Selanne and Teppo Numminen. Yes, so 6 was the correct answer.
Nailed it!
All right.
All right, next question.
Question number 2. Which player has the most games logged in Coyotes history among Czech-born players?
Radim Vrbata?
Marty Hansel, redeem Verbata. Marty Hansel, Verby left twice. Hansel stayed. I'm going to say Marty Hansel.
Both good guesses, but
Not right.
neither is correct. The correct answer is
Benny before we have to go back to the thing to see if I got it in before.
I just need to acknowledge for the people watching on YouTube, there is supposed to be an accent over with the little caret over the E, but the font that I use does not have that
more for
character.
Craig to not
So
I appreciate you.
Shawn.
I appreciate you bringing that up because
Horse.
respect. All right, question number 3. JJ Mosier is already the highest scoring Swiss player in Coyotes history, but is he the first Swiss player in Coyotes history?
Michael Fisher.
What?
No? Because he didn't count, he didn't play enough?
I'm guessing the answer is no, he's not.
The answer is no.
But you didn't ask us who, so it's just a yes or no question.
Is he the first?
No.
No.
No,
goalie.
he is not.
Goalie, David Abisher?
No, he is not. Let me give you the answers here. Go ahead,
Answers.
put it up. Goran Bazina,
Goran
actually
Bazina
born
was
in
first.
Croatia, and Patrick Fisher. You had half the name.
What did I say?
Michael Fisher, I
Oh.
think is what you said.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's, Carrie Underwood's husband,
Yeah,
longtime Nashville
Patrick Fisher.
Predator.
All right. Question 4 is just testing your knowledge of draft history. This player was the first player whom the Coyotes drafted who was not born in Canada.
The first player the Coyotes drafted, and this is in Arizona, not
in Arizona,
Winnipeg.
just Coyotes.
Well, that was the Danny Briere draft. Dan Focht, he's
You guys
Canadian.
just did a redraft of 1996.
I know, so it wouldn't have been that season even.
Household name.
Jeremy
Not.
Roenick.
No, yeah, and it's
Just
not.
kidding.
It's not American either, is it? Oh, you can't say.
I'll give you that hint. No,
Yeah,
it's not American
I
either.
don't know. This is before my time.
I don't know, Craig.
Shawn DePaz, the answer.
Oh, what
We left out a P. It's Per Anton Lundstrom.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Of course.
It's okay. I don't think
Third round,
anyone
1996.
is
Yeah, that's fine.
going
we
to
could
correct
literally
you.
put anybody.
Yeah.
Per Anton.
Okay.
All right, final question for the bonus round. This player leads all former Coyotes in points among Slovakian-born players.
Slovakia. I'm trying to think who was even born in
Well,
Slovakia.
I got two I can think of. I'm going to say it's Ladislav Nagy. Michael Handzus was also Slovakian, but I'm going to go Ladislav Nagy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Come
can't
on,
even
the answer.
I can't even think of someone
you're
born in Slovakia.
a rat for this, Craig.
Mary knows.
Boo!
Craig Morgan sucks. That's official.
Boo!
Book it,
All
clip
right.
it. That is boo.
Your bonus question, however.
That's dirty. That's dirty. That's dirty. Cool.
Your-
The maniacal laughter.
Your bonus question. Which player who actually played a game for the Coyotes
Yes,
leads them in points
Ladislav
among-
Nagy.
You are correct.
Branko
Laddie.
Radovojevic was
Laddie.
in there. My favorite name all time.
Laddie is the
Branko.
answer. And that concludes the global version
That was
of
good,
Trivia
Craig.
Tuesday.
Where's your little sound effect thing?
It's somewhere else. I didn't plan ahead.
Craig, that was great. Loved the theme.
That was really good,
Yeah,
Craig.
that was fun.
I think that I will call the judges after about the host question.
I mean, he
I
did.
think I've done that to you guys twice.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Should be expecting it at this point.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that was a fantastic Trivia Tuesday. And our prize, of course, is a Polar Pop from Circle K, as it is every single week. It's
Doesn't sweat.
always the prize from Circle K. But you can create your own prize by simply signing up for the Inner Circle, the new free membership program that Circle K has to offer. You can save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 Phillips. Did you join the Inner Circle?
Yeah, and I gas is expensive as hell right now.
Yeah.
And there's something like spiritually about it being under $4. And
I
so when it's
completely agree.
at like $4.25 or whatever, and you're getting the 25 cents off, and it gets right under $4,
You're like,
it is,
I can live with this.
my day was instead of feeling like I just lost all of my money, I was like, I just got to steal. So shout out to Inner Circle. Because I was also shout out Circle K being literally everywhere because of the Inner Circle, I was going to Circle K no matter what yesterday, and I can be one of those people at times who is like on my way to work and the tank hits E and I'm like, I'll get gas on the way to work tomorrow as opposed to like getting it then or even getting it on the way back. So sometimes I get in some dire situations. So Circle K came through yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect evidence that joining the Inner Circle does get you 25 cents saved per gallon on your first 5 Phillips. So join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. All right, you guys, anything else before we wrap up?
Fun show.
Yeah,
It was good. Fun debate.
It's always fun to get opinionated people on the set.
Yeah, we had some today.
And now Jacob's here to argue that golf has the best uniforms.
Oh God, polos and golf pants. Some courses don't even allow you to wear shorts. All right.
I love a good visor, though. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Love a good
visors
visor.
can go crazy. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Oh, I guess I should end this poll. End poll. NHL won, obviously.
Golf shirts are hideous. Just saying
but we appreciate you all so much for being here. Hit the like button on this video. It helps us out a lot. And wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a review, follow, subscribe. What?
Jacob's all over.
Are you guys fighting?
Yeah, he's all over for my golf shirt comment.
Oh my gosh. All right. And we're going to be back live tomorrow at 11 a.m. and every day thereafter. So make sure you subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. I saw a comment earlier that someone said, I'm glad I had notifications on because then I found out the show was going on. It was an interesting topic. So a great reason to turn your notifications on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel and, just keep up with GoPHNX.com and at PHNX_sports for more PHNX ranks results. We're going to talk more Coyotes on that list, hopefully later in the week. So stay tuned for that. But everybody, you can follow us on Twitter at SPetersHockey, at Leah Merrill, at Craig S. Morgan, at Shawn_DePaz. Follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, everybody, and we'll see you all tomorrow.